I have a tough time talking trash if I had 28 yards of total offense. I'm just saying. That's an interesting strategy.
Oh, Lee.
Football.
Can't escape this bullshit.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Oh, man. Welcome to PoP Fantasy Football 2022 Playoffs Round 1 Recap, brought to you by PanelsOnPages.com. I'm Jason Nyes, representing the Gotham Rogues, and joining me, as usual, representing Run the Justins, Jose Guzman.
You changed Mahoney from saying, oh, Lee, to Lee, no!
Representing Tell 'em Kelly Eats Band-Aids, Dan Mahoney.
If I said Lee no, he wouldn't hear it anyways, Jose.
And representing the 2021 defending PoP Fantasy Football champion, Brooklyn Dark Knights, PoP Fantasy Football Commissioner Tito Cruz.
Mahoney must be a pig in shit because he gets to punish Jose or Lee.
Oh,
Can't
man.
lose.
So shit.
If I lose, punish me
kinda
by
hope-
giving Lee my team.
I mean, oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah, Lee's punishment is he has to play one more year.
Honestly, that's what I'm leaning towards.
No,
That's what I'm
no,
leaning towards.
no,
He thinks he's like out. He wishes.
No.
Sorry, J-Pop.
Because then we
You
would
lost
have,
the
yeah,
team.
we would have to get rid of J-Pop or kick somebody else out, and then we're in the same fucking position after week 3.
Or force him to give on the Popcast fantasy football recap.
Ooh, that's how you get him. Yeah, you write up a little quick recap, and you make Lee read it each week.
Love
Every
it.
week.
Love it.
I kind of love that.
Let's do it. Well, I think
It works for you too, Jose. I'm gonna write you something to read every week.
God damn it!
real monkey's
There
paw
goes
situation.
fucking throwing my season.
Well, I think we're actually live this time instead of me realizing as I was doing the outro last week that we weren't actually live. So that's cool. Only one more show after this. So
Let's see.
fuck. All right.
Woo!
It's
What a season!
round 1 of the playoffs are over. So let's just get right to it. Let's send it over to Mahoney with our round 1 recap.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Let's do it. All right, our round 1 of our playoffs. We had 4 teams in contention. It was me and Goat, and it was Nyes and Mel. And Goat and I came into our matchup. We both won 6 in a row. We were riding high on 6-game winning streaks. I was a bit concerned about the quality of my team in week 1 of the playoffs. I've done a very good job setting myself up for week 2 of the playoffs. But I kind of forgot that you got to win week 1 to get to week 2 of the playoffs. And so I am sitting pretty for next week, but it does not matter because Goat beat me soundly 131 to 103.
It was
So that
close
ends my year.
for a while there. It was close.
It was close early and it got close late. But I just had a lot of stuff. Like Justin Fields only came through with 11. Josh Jacobs with 4.5. Like
And then you
things
look
just
at
kind of
Goat.
fell apart.
Look at Goat's side with the Rams with 21 points. Jeez.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I take solace. We've talked about it a few times in our message chain. No matter who I used on my roster, I couldn't have beat Goat. So
Yep. That's always a good feeling because you never want to tinker so far that you fuck yourself and then you see where you went wrong and could have possibly gotten a win.
Yeah.
So it's nice just to get an utter ass whooping.
yeah, like I said, he'd won 6 in a row. I'd won 6 in a row. He's no slouch of a team. He's been winning for weeks now.
Mhm.
Goat had that team, if you recall, that got basically a makeover all of a sudden one day in the middle of the year. Because he had McCaffrey. He also had Foreman, McCaffrey's backup in Carolina, just in case. And he had Jeff Wilson Jr. And McCaffrey and Jeff Wilson Jr. got traded. That made Foreman a new lead back. And Goat all of a sudden wound up with 3 lead running backs. Like, out of the blue, and he was like, "Well, shit," and then he never lost again since. So great year for him.
Tua's
Off he
brain got
goes.
fixed for a few weeks before it got
Jesus.
scrambled this past weekend.
Yeah, Tua may never play again. We'll see. He might be done.
Those concussions are adding up quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3.
He honestly might be done this
Span
year,
of less
and he
than
might
3
be done
games?
forever. Yeah,
It's sad.
yeah. It is sad. There was a whole thread on Reddit today about how he needs to make his neck stronger so he can stop getting so many concussions. I was like, I'm not entirely sure that's how necks work.
What,
But
like-
okay.
Like with
Or
like
concussions.
popsicle sticks?
Yeah, if he would just do some neck exercises, this wouldn't keep happening to him, apparently.
If he would only stop letting 300-pound men fall on top of him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He'd be
Exactly.
alright.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
You know how they suggest that people get a thick skin to avoid, comments, little comments here and there. But grow a thick skin.
Yeah.
Tua needs to grow a thick skull.
Oh,
Yeah. Exactly. He needs to put like a ball pit in it with his brain. Like, put some styrofoam up in
shit,
there.
I think he's been hit enough. His brain is a ball pit right now.
It looks like a ball pit.
So
It's the
Poor
ball
guy.
pit. It's that infamous picture of that ball pit at that con
mhm.
that nobody went to.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or is it the one Chechik broke her back on?
Oh God. Blew her back
Oh
out.
no. Oh no.
All right, so GOAT moving on to the championship.
Close to that one.
Mahoney heading into the irrelevant bowl.
Yeah, the doesn't count for nothing bowl.
And then
Who
let's see
cares?
who joins GOAT and who joins Mahoney. Oh, look, it's another ass
this-
whipping.
Another ass whooping. Nice. You and I, what a week we had. Mel's team has done great all year. Mel is
Mhm.
what, 11-2 in the regular season or something ridiculous? Like
12-3.
great all year. 12-3. And he came through. He came through again, 114 to 81.5. Ouch.
Yeah. But again, I really labored over my decisions, but it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. I tell you what, I was pleased with my DJ Moore pickup, and Gabe Davis got me a touchdown early. I was feeling good around 1:15 on Saturday. By about 1:45, not feeling so great.
So, because Nye's lost, I still got a chance to get in, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If something happens to GOAT and you inherit his team, you are in. You got a shot.
Okay.
Speaking of tinkering, Mel tinkered. Mel,
Yep.
diehard 49er fan, was like, I gotta get Kittle out of my lineup and replace him
I
with
was like, what is he doing?
what's his name? Juwan Johnson. I gotta roll with Juwan Johnson, who got 0.5 points, while Kittle scored 27 on his bench.
Yeah, because
Kittle-
he is not looking at
Oh.
fucking Ayuk's direction.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, he was probably following the trend. So Juwan Johnson's last game was a 20-point game. Before that was a bye. He was out the other week. He had no points, I guess, because he got injured. But then he was 11, 12.5, 11.5.
Yeah, but if you
I
want to talk
think he was
about
kind of like that.
trends, Kittle has been more dominant since Purdy took over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have
23
pulled
and 27.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have fucking pulled him.
No.
But
So,
didn't matter.
81.5 to 114 is pretty bad, but it could have been 81.5 to friggin' 140 something.
Thanks for not
This could have been
embarrassing
a-
me
a
further.
real. Yeah. And Mel continues to roll with Watson as his quarterback, which
Right.
is,
Yeah, he didn't have
I don't
Jalen
think
Hurts
gonna get
his
it
starting
done.
quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah, but when your running backs are fucking dominant, and you put Kittle back in your
True.
lineup, then as long
Put
as Watson
Kittle back
scores
in
a
at
10, that might
quarterback.
be enough.
I don't want to sneak ahead to the finale preview, but there is word on the street that something might be wrong with Eckler. So,
Hey, you shush your whore
Okay.
mouth. I need Eckler.
I'm just saying.
No,
There's
no.
footage of him leaving the game, limping off the field, and now he's on the injury report.
No, that was a pimp walk.
All right. Let's see.
That was
Let's
balling
go.
so hard.
Let's start Matt and Lee
And
for our
J-Pop.
bottom, our Cucked 6 Bowl.
Yeah, technically J-Pop.
Well, yeah, Matt versus Lee and J-Pop. Technically J-Pop. This was a real, like, battle of who wants to lose the most. 81.5 to 83.5. Like, jeez. You know you got the last two teams in the whole division when they're fighting it out to see who can score the highest number of 80 points.
Me and J-Pop scored the exact same amount of points this week. Different ends of the spectrum.
Yikes.
What sucks for J-Pop, because he's actually trying to win, is the Broncos with -4, and that's what cost them the game.
Whose defense is
killing
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. That game was rough. That game ended careers. That coach got fired. A bunch of coordinators got fired. Like, that game ended careers.
Well, you know, they can't fire the quarterback, so.
Not this season.
Yeah. They might have him assassinated.
If you put another season, you put another season like that, they're gonna look for, like, did he break his claws somewhere?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. This is the type thing where Russell Wilson takes a sip of coffee at the facility and he wakes up in a motel surrounded by, like, guns and a body. And he's like, wait, what? They're like, oh, we got to avoid your contract.
I'm going to go ahead and retire.
He's surrounded by the Arizona Cardinals offensive line.
So, yeah, if not for that Denver defense, J-Pop would have pulled it out. Indiana defense scored 8 on his bench.
No defense, he would have won.
Oh, well. Them's the breaks.
Oh, and that was Monday night, too, wasn't it? That's a cool delay.
I think it might have been.
Well, all right, Tito versus Jose. Let's go.
Really considered sitting them. Tito versus Jose. Another close one. Very close. The championship games were blowouts, but these Cuck 6 games were real close.
Well, yeah, because
and Justin Herbert, you named your team after him. You made him your golden boy, and boy, you rode him right into the Cuck 6 championship.
No, he
got you 5 points.
The Cuck 6 championship all season.
Yeah,
all season, man. But you know who did
5 points out of him? You
Keenan
lose
Allen.
to Tito, 94.5 to 90. Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
oh yeah, Keenan Allen did do a nice job for you.
Going into that game, I thought I was toast. I was like, "There's no way with Herbert going, am I gonna win?" How does Herbert not score at least 10 points?
Oof. And Hopkins.
Yeah.
And Ramondre.
Hopkins hurt me the most. Like, here's what angered me.
You know what's
so
cool
much.
about Keenan Allen? What?
He's playing?
What angered you? No, that Keenan Allen has 2 touchdowns for the entire year.
Well, he's been hurt for a good portion, right?
Well, yeah, but those 2 touchdowns have came since he's came back. Like, that would have been like that all season.
It's mostly his points is mostly yardage. It looks like.
And catches, yardage.
Yeah, it is because he's not scoring. He's played 8 games. He's had 2 touchdowns in 8 games.
You know,
he hasn't had one in 3 weeks.
You're getting me double digits. I don't give a
those,
fuck if you're scoring a touchdown.
One of the games he went out in the first quarter, so that don't count. And the other game he played like 5 snaps on his first small comeback. Then he was sidelined again. So it's more.
All right, well, that's good.
If
you're happy with
like
his 2,
4.
I'm just saying. Odds are there are more bathrooms in Keenan Allen's house than he's got touchdowns this year.
Well, that's true. I mean, I'm not.
I've got more bathrooms than he's got touchdowns.
So what really pissed me off is I'm watching this horrible Tampa Bay offense.
Yes.
But they're finding ways to make sure Godwin gets the ball. Like, they're throwing screens to him. Like, they're making sure their people try to get the ball. Whatever they got going with Evans, I don't know what's going on. Evans and Brady are broke this year. Every good play that they've had a penalty and got called back.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm watching Arizona, and yeah, I get it. It's a third string quarterback, but you're seeing like no designed anything for DeAndre Hopkins. No, like
Yeah.
he is the best player on the team offensively right now. We need to make sure the ball gets in his hands, whether it's a run play or a fucking screen. Like there was just zero creativity offensively to get him the ball.
Look at fucking Cam Akers on Tito's bench with 32 points.
Yeah, who fucking knew, right? Guy comes out of nowhere.
Not Cam Akers, that's for sure.
Yeah, not
Cam
TikTok.
Akers is like, hot damn.
Where'd this come from? Well, yeah, because it took Baker Mayfield.
I wouldn't
to come
fall
in
for
to
it.
straighten that team
I mean,
up.
Well,
Good old
yeah.
Arby's Makerfield.
Sorry to Jose that he's going into the Cuck 6 Bowl, but I'm so glad that Tito didn't go from first to last. Just narrowly avoided it.
Yeah.
Mel and I
That
avoided
was a
it
close one.
because Mel was close to doing the same thing last season.
All right.
That was an awful close try.
Let's see, Tito, what can we expect for round 2 of the playoffs?
All right, so your Cuck 6 final is Jose's Run to Justin's against
yeah.
J Pops and Lee's chicken skin duffel bags. And
Oof.
right now, it has Jose winning 105 to 88 if nothing changes on their lineups.
Well, if Hopkins scores more than 1 point, because that estimation.
And what's
is
sad
based
about that
on
is
Hopkins scoring.
that 88, like J-Pop is not missing a player. You think like, oh, he has to put in a quarterback. No, he doesn't. He has all of his players in.
What he has
They
to do is
total
take out the
88
Broncos
points.
defense. What he has to do is take out that Broncos.
He's got to take out the Broncos.
No, not necessarily.
Jose, have you considered changing out your quarterback?
Why? I mean, he's fucked me this far. You might as well fuck me on the way out, right?
Right, yeah.
I guess.
Run the
other than
Justins all
last
the way to
2
the
weeks,
Cuck
he's
6.
he's done pretty decent for you.
Let's
Done better
fucking-
than most.
Mm.
I'm not playing this quarterback carousel again.
Yeah.
He's averaging 18 points on the season.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better than I thought he was for whatever reason.
Yeah, but it's not the 30 to 35 that everyone drafted him for this year.
Yeah, because he's got a few
sure.
13s and 19s in there and 16s.
They kind of thought that this would be his Josh Allen season. Like
Yeah.
that one season where Josh Allen broke out, a lot of people thought that was.
And I mean, it could have been if you didn't have every star wide receiver go down hurt and he didn't break fucking his ribs for 7 weeks, maybe.
His poor ribbies.
Like, it's not like everybody was full potential the whole year and he just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, nobody was fucking hurt or nobody was healthy. Nobody was available. This is the first time some of these guys, like, this is like the second, third game everyone's played together. Fourth? I don't know, something stupid.
And here's the thing with the chicken skin duffel bags. The team right now is projected at 88 points, but that team can explode for a hell of a lot more.
It's true. They better hope.
I hope
With
they put Taysom Hill in at quarterback.
If Lee loses, I'm going to make him get a pet cow.
I think if Taysom Hill goes in at quarterback and throws a touchdown, Jose stops playing football. He burns it all down. Like, he's done.
I carried stupid Taysom Hill for like 6 weeks waiting for him to do that. If he goes in and throws a touchdown, I'm going to be pissed.
And then our championship match, Pop Fantasy Football Super Bowl. We got Mel and
We have Goats Turd Ferguson's against Mel's Melf Hunters. Right now, they have Mel sounding the lead at 103 to 83.
Now, but this is a situation where Goat has no quarterback because he's got Tua. Tua's out.
Right.
So-
Currently, he has no quarterback. So if he puts Brady in,
That puts him
Is Brady
around
still
103.
in a playoff push?
Yeah.
I actually
That
think so.
that
Yes.
entire South Division can make one team can make that playoff. That nobody in that South Division that's all under 500, somebody can still make the playoffs.
I would
Somebody's gonna
probably.
make
trying to
playoffs.
just make the playoffs. They have a chance to win their division.
Yeah, I would probably
Yeah,
go with Brady
because
over
that's the only
picking
way
up
they're gonna
some
make the
scrub.
playoffs.
Even though the Bucks season has been pretty ugly, Brady's been putting up every other week he's putting up 20.
So
He's
that
averaging
may be
17 and a
one
half
week.
a game.
If I'm GOAT, Brady's better than any option he's got on the waiver wire.
Yes.
That's for sure. So
Yeah.
you got to put Brady in, and you got to get the Rams defense out. Although I don't
Well,
know, the
who are they
Rams
playing?
versus Chargers. The Chargers,
He's
not
got
the worst plan, but he's got the Giants defense in
I'd play
Indianapolis.
the Giants. over
Yeah,
them.
I'd put them in.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'd
that
put that.
Indy team looks like a disaster.
Was it Goat who was like?
And this, if the Giants win, they clinch a playoff spot. So they're
Yeah.
they're riding a lot this weekend.
Did Goat say Indiana's barely a team right now?
Essentially, yeah, because they got their quarterback is gone, their running back is gone, like everybody's gone, and they're not playing for anything. Like they don't give a shit.
All right.
So you
Then
get
he has
20 points out of
McCaffrey.
them.
He has McCaffrey going against Vegas. Vegas isn't playing for shit. Vegas is in shambles now.
Vegas is a disaster. They just sent their quarterback home. They were like, "Go home. We don't want to talk to you ever again."
Derek.
Foreman's still playing for a playoff spot, so that's
Yep.
still going on.
Philly is. Oh no, Philly's trying to get the
Number one
the
seed, so
home
there's
field
still
or
some-
something,
Mhm,
right? Like
mhm.
Philly's playing
Yeah.
for something. They need one more win. So
Yeah,
that's
'cause
They want the
need-
number one overall seed. The number one overall seed is the only way you get a bye.
yeah. So he's looking pretty.
And with Hurts hurt, that bye looks more and more like we need
Important.
it.
Yeah.
And Minshew showed he can go in and throw.
Yeah, they
Yep.
put up points. It's not like, Minshew came in and they jacked up 10 points. He fucking put up more points with that team than Russell Wilson has fucking almost all season.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Wilson's best game, he got a concussion in. That's how fucking surprised he was. Didn't even get hit. Just threw a touchdown and was so surprised he concussed himself. Thinking about the fact that he just threw a touchdown concussed him.
Oh my god.
He
That's
said,
what's
"You
going
wanna
to
talk
happen
about
to Tua
doing
next
something
season.
dangerous? I'm going to have a good season." Talk about dangerous.
Oh my god. So cringe.
Mel's looking good other than his quarterback. Mel's got Eckler and Barkley and Higgins and Ayuk and Kittle, and Algier is coming on strong all of a sudden. San Francisco defense versus Las Vegas, especially now playing against a quarterback who has never started a game. Like, that sounds like a terrible matchup for him. And then he's got Justin Tucker. That guy can put up 20 points easy.
Fuck
Yeah,
that,
that guy can kick it from fucking his house.
Yeah. So Mel would be the easy favorite, in my opinion, if he had not lost Hurts.
Yeah, I think it's a runaway if he still had Hurts.
But should be a nice close game. I was looking today. I'm a big believer in, if you're not in the thing, like, what are you doing? Don't make moves, don't pick up players, don't do whatever. And I had a bunch of useless players, and I was going through and dropping them. I was like, I certainly do not need these, who's the backup running back that I had picked up from the Bears. I'm like, don't need him. And then I got to my 2 backup quarterbacks, and I was like, I'm going to go ahead and leave them on my bench. Sorry, Mel. Doesn't feel fair to drop my backup quarterbacks, so I'm going to go ahead and keep holding on to them.
Well, I mean, Goat's in the market for a quarterback too, even though he has Brady. So it would be kind of like first come, first serve. Who wants a backup quarterback?
Or you make them both just figure it out on
All
their
right.
own.
I'm going to let them fight it out with who they brought to the dance.
That'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
All right. Final thoughts. Tito, your last show as champ. Soak it in.
Sucks.
I mean, you'll probably hold on to the belt for a little bit longer, but by the next time we talk next week, we will have a new champion.
Right. So your moves are set at this point, right? So now you're kind of, if you're one of the 4 teams, either you're trying to avoid that last place spot or you're trying to win the championship. So right now what you're doing is paying attention to those last minute games, those injury reports and things like that, just in case something sneaks up and there's a surprise benching or somebody comes in and starts out of nowhere, so you can fill that in. The thing is, at this point of the season, there's teams that have a lot to play for. There's teams that are playing for nothing. So they're going to mess with their rosters and their lineups. And unfortunately, that's going to fuck you up because they don't care about your fantasy team.
Right.
So you got to pay attention to the news the next couple of days.
You know, let's never do weekend Christmas again, because that was bullshit. Christmas or watching Red Zone on Christmas Eve. Too much football going on. I got Yuletide.
Well, next year Christmas is on a Sunday, so Christmas Day is on a Sunday.
Well, wasn't it on a Sunday this year? It doesn't matter.
Saturday.
No.
Saturday. Nonsense. You're right.
Was it?
I think Christmas Eve's on a Sunday next year. Who gives a shit?
Yes.
And watch out for weather too, because don't think that didn't figure into this past week.
Fuck up a bunch of things.
Whole thing's fucked.
Yeah.
Mahoney, what do you think?
What I'm thinking is I'm thinking about 2023. I don't care about any of you in your games anymore. Don't watch the news. I don't give a shit.
Mahoney, you angling for that 10th or that 11th pick?
Oh, I hope I lose. I hope I lose. If I cannot come in first place, I want to come in second to last.
You can't.
I do not care.
It's mathematically impossible.
I know I can't. I know it's mathematically impossible, but I'm saying if you're not going to come in first, then come in as low as you possibly can, because what's the point? You know? It's extra disappointing to make it to the playoffs and not get to not win.
Yeah.
You know? Like, who cares? Who wants to draft 11th? Who wants to
Exactly.
draft, 10th? Like, fuck it. Like, no thanks. So, I hope I draft 9th. I hope you stomp the shit out of me this week. I'm pretty sure you've beaten me every time we've ever played. So
Let's
I hope
go.
the tradition continues.
Let's
I hope
do
it continues, and I hope I get the 9th pick.
Loser jerks the winner off. Let's go. All right, Jose, what do you think?
I think it's all fucking imaginary. So if you don't make the playoffs, it is what it is. Shit happens. Just because you feel nice and healthy and good doesn't mean your player does. They don't give a fuck. The whole thing's fucked.
Yep.
Exactly. Sometimes real life gets real.
Yeah. I said to Mahoney last night on Fortnite, I was like, it sucked to get first rounded out of the playoffs, but it was real nice on Christmas Eve to be like, all right, done with that for the year.
Yeah. Cancel subscription.
You know what's funny? While you had that feeling in the championship, I had the same exact feeling. Being at the bottom end of that. All right, good. I don't have to pay attention to next week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I went so far as to close the tab in my Google Chrome, not thinking that we still do a show for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I was turning off my notifications. It was like, all right, this is all done.
That's the equivalent to the athletes packing up their locker room at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Is that everybody turning off their notifications, maybe deleting the app for a few months.
I just hope
And it really is honestly a shame because Mel's projected for 103. Goat's probably going to be somewhere around 103 when he fixes his lineups. Nyes is projected for 93. I am projected for 118. I am projected to just dominate this week, and I didn't make it in.
Yeah. Shouldn't have been looking past him.
Yeah. Got too far ahead of myself.
All right, so be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Panels on Pages on YouTube at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Listen to Pop Fantasy Football live next week, and then not again for a fucking while. Chat with us in real time. I think we'll probably do some fantasy football awards next week. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Pretty weird season. We've been kind of absent for a lot of weeks, so I don't know if we'll remember a whole lot of shit. But then we will be back this coming Tuesday on the Panels on Pages podcast, live at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can download Pop Fantasy Football on your favorite podcast app. We got merch at merch.panelsonpages.com. Join the Pop Discord at discord.panelsonpages.com, where you can get involved in the discussion in the Pop Fantasy Football channel, just like J-Pop did. Who knows? Someone might quit in the middle of the season. We might need somebody to step up. If you don't currently have a team in Pop Fantasy Football, get in that Discord. You could be next. If not, we're going with Matt's son.
I was gonna say, unless you're an actual child, I don't play with my kids all day so that I can then play with other people's children. Like, no, next on the list.
And as always, we'll leave you with some parting words from the late great John Madden. This week, you raggedy bitch. On behalf of Tito Cruz, Dan Mahoney, Jose Guzman, and myself, Jason Nyes, thanks for joining us for the Pop Fantasy Football 2022 Playoffs Round 1 recap. Good luck to everyone in this league and beyond, and we will see you next week.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.